This is the place where I spend my life, like 8 years of my life here. This is a terrace space, and this is the living room. So traditional, living room is like getting people together, having cup of teas, and then the coffees. But it's right. I do that here, but also it's like a workshop place for me. So I do video editing here, I do computer coding here, I do reading things here. So it's like my workplace. But I love this place because it's open. The windows are really big, so I feel better when I work here. So that's why I work in the living room. And this room next to a main gate, it's a sleeping room for me. It's I only spend this room for sleeping, and then it's a relatively smaller window, so I just spend more time in the living room because it feels better for me. And kind of it's interesting because I placed the sofa between the gate area and the living room area. It's very not traditional. Usually Koreans place their sofa against the wall, but I kind of separate the living room to other area using the sofa, and I think it's a brilliant idea. And also the other side, it's a kitchen area, and then we have a refrigerator, and interestingly also we have a kimchi refrigerator. It's only for Koreans, I guess, those who eating kimchis. And then we have one bathroom and another bathroom attached to this main room. So this is the main room where my mother lived here. So this place, it's for my mother. It's kind of emotional place for me because she and I and my wife lived here in this apartment, but she just passed away October 6th, Sunday in the morning, 7:12. It was very sad. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. She was lying on the bed, and I still remember. I feel like I don't know. My wife told me that she feels like my mother is still lying on the bed because from last summer she couldn't get out of the bed. Yeah, it was because very hot, and also she got sick a lot. And then on the day she passed away, she didn't even close her eyes. So when I thought that she didn't breathe anymore, I closed her eyes with my hand. And I tried not crying because you watch many YouTubes about how to make a person dying more comfortable. And also my wife officially get a license of a caregiver. She literally took care of my mother, and she advised me not to not cry please not cry at the moment she passed, or before or after. Probably after is okay, but she told me that the one who is dying is the one who's really afraid of death, who's really the one who is dying is really afraid of where she or he is going. Of course, they never ever been there. So they are the ones who are most afraid of. That's why she told me that I am not supposed to cry or shout out. My mother like this way. Mother, oh, please don't go. That kind of thing is not helping. So I try to, not crying and then try to smile and try to say, I love you. That's okay. I'm going to live someday after my life. I lived my life. I told her, like, try to make her feel comfortable, but it was very weird and awkward and also strange because she passed away, and I tried not crying, and I tried to make a smile, and it made me making really weird sound, like it's not a crying, it's not a laughing. I sounded really stupid, but and also, yeah, is maybe someone might think that I'm a psychopath, but I recorded the moment of my mother passing away. I asked her on the bed here, like, Mom, I'm really sorry, but I will record this moment because someday I want, maybe I wanted to see you. And then, sorry guys, but I actually watched it a couple of times after she passed away, and whenever I want to see her, miss her, I definitely not going to be sad all day long. It's not what my mother never wanted me to do that way. So no worries, I'm not depressed, but I'm just got emotional when I think about that moment. And then, for some reason I have to tell this. I need to get some things from the chest, of my chest. I don't know why, but I think I have to do. And I want to remember, even though it's painful moment. So I made some phone calls to my brother and sister, also funeral services, and then 911 here, it's 119 though, and 911 people and detectives, policemen, and funeral services people got here, and then they checked my mother, and they told me that they were going to do the CPR on my mother, but my mother is just she was 86 years old, and she weighed on only 30 kilograms, which is it's not even half of my weight. She's really fragile. She was. So, and then she also didn't want to do any treatments to make her alive. She didn't want to live her life on bed. She just wanted to live with dignity. And then I told them, do not do CPR on her. I know what CPR will do on her. CPR will break her ribs, and then that's what usually happened. I don't know from my experience, but I know that from, you know, just I just learn it. So and then I've luckily, fortunately, I could I could discuss some things like that with my mother while she was alive. So that's not what she wanted. So I told them do not do CPR on her, and then they asked me, "You wanted let her go peacefully?" And then I said yes. And then they checked. They officially kind of officially told me that she passed away. And I don't remember exactly even they mentioned the time of death, but yeah. And then hospital people, some people from hospitals, there were two people from hospital. They moved my mother from this bed to the floor. And then there was some kind of simple plastic made bed, movable bed, and she was located on the bed. And they wrapped her with some kind of blanket from head to toe. And then this is a apartment, and this floor is a sixth. And then my mother worried while she was alive. You know, the elevator is under construction. It's basically they kind of basically replace the older elevators because this is a really old apartment. And then my mother was worried that she might die while the elevator is not working, and she was worried about people moving her body out of this room. And then I told her that, please, mom, don't worry about that kind of things. You and me, we as a family should worry about your health, not about that kind of things. But my mother was very wise, very clever. It just happened as she told. That because the elevator is not working, hospital people and my brother and also me carried her body. We carried her body out of this room and we walked down from sixth floor to the ground floor. I didn't imagine that I carried my mother's body with my hand, and I think that actually very thankful about giving me the chance. It's I feel like it's an honor. I could have stayed a little bit longer with her next to me. My mother was a really nice lady. She didn't lose her minds. I told her like she is 86 years old, and then she didn't get any mental disease. So my wife and I took care of her very easily. She was very nice. She was not that very hard patient to take care of. She only lost her minds like 2 weeks. It was very sad because she couldn't express herself. She couldn't. Sometimes I feel like she knew me, that I'm her son, but from time to time she was confused. But it was only 2 weeks. It was a blessing, I think. I know there are many people here in Korea who take care of their parents, and then one really big problem is that their parents lose their memory, and then that's a really killing people. It's mentally sad. Also, it makes people to take care of very hard, really hard. But my mother was not that. She was really bravely, I think, chose her death with dignity. She didn't kill herself, but she didn't try to live longer by the power of medicines or medications. She was just wanting to live her life with dignity. I cannot imagine that if I could do that. I will probably get some help from medicines. And I think she should do some to some degree, because it without medicines or medications it must be really difficult. But she had a food five, the food five cancer. It made her taking medicines really hard. Anyhow, I'm very thankful for the 8 years, last 8 years. And the reason that I recorded this one is because I wanted to remember her. The place where we spend time together. It's not easy to record the painful moments or the place sometimes you don't want to remember, or sometimes you want to remember but it's also painful. But if you have any things that you can remember, then someday you will like it. Oh, by the way, this furniture for her blankets and clothes, thank you for you, this furniture. Yeah, you did a good job for my mother. And also this chair on wheels. She used this one moving in from to her bed to the bathroom attached to this main room. Thank you for serving my mother. Thank you. And this is the makeup table. But she didn't do that much. She just kind of put some lotions on her face. But thank you. And thank you for the bed. This is a rental bed, so probably it's actually today. The people will be here to get this bed. Now, after this bed is gone, well, I don't know how I feel, but this is the bedroom for my mother, and in one sense, I'm thankful that my mother didn't have to stay in this patient's bedroom that too many years, that too many time. Yeah. Oh, there are no places in this apartment where my mother didn't touch. This refrigerator, also of course. And this is also kimchi refrigerator, but she put many things inside of this refrigerator, beverages, foods, everything. It worked like just a regular refrigerator. And thank you for your services for my mother. It's not unbelievable still. My mother got sick a lot, but she got back. So all the time, like all the time. So I feel like she will live here with me forever. But you know, guys, someday the day comes to you. And I started to feel that now my mother is not here anymore. Like she used to stay or lie on the bed. But one thing that I really can say that is I loved you, mother, mom. Thank you for being with me. I love you. Really, I loved you. And I remember you forever. Thank you. Thank you. Bye, mother. Bye, mother, for the next time. I love you.